Alright, tell a story. Man, the Alexander story is good. I suspect you're... Okay. And we can't retread the Alexander story. But... My king, surely one as regalious as yourself, knows of the exploits of Charlemagne the Great. Charlemagne, you say, the Frankish king. He is but a westerner, his deeds are naught but whispers in the wind compared to my own exploits. Yet speak, tell me of his adventures if you must, but know they pale in comparison to my grandeur. I would say so too, my liege. However, do not underestimate those westerners. For this is a tale of a time when an easterner, such as ourselves, sought to have him killed, and yet ended up dead himself. Easterners are divine, superior in every way. But I am curious, who dares to plot against Charlemagne and meets a sorry end? Proceed, entertain me with this fool's tale, for surely his demise will be amusing. This is the tale of a Moorish king named Al-Ahir. Al-Sabir. Safir. Sabira. Sure. I don't know. Marcus. Sure. Amir. He had aided Charlemagne in one of his conquests, and was promised a favorable trade deal in compensation. However, one of Charlemagne's bureaucrats neglected to see through their end of the bargain. A Moorish king, you say? They're known for their cunning, but to trust a westerner's promise is naive indeed. This Amir was a fool to trust the word of a Frank. Let his story be a lesson to all who cross me. Betrayal does not go unpunished. Amir sent word throughout his realm that he was looking for assassins. Many came to his court offering their services, but as soon as he revealed the target, all withdrew their names from consideration. The fear of Charlemagne's name is like a disease, spreading weakness through the hearts of the men. Mir's court must have been a circus of cowards, each one cowering at the mention of the Frankish dog's name. Amir questioned one of his viziers regarding the cowardice of these assassins. He said that there was a legend that Charlemagne could not be killed until his empire was realized. Most brushed it off as mere puffery. But not the assassins, for many had tried, and all had died themselves. Legends are the mutterings of the feeble-minded. Charlemagne's invincibility is a fable, no different from the fairy tales the commoners tell their brats. Amir's ignorance is as laughable as the superstition of his assassins. Let his folly be a warning to all who believed in such nonsense. Amir was skeptical of the veracity of the tale. But he knew no assassins would take the job. So, he committed to do the deed himself. Over the course of the next few weeks, he gathered the supplies he would need. A king taking matters into his own hands. Preposterous! What kind of ruler deigns to do dirty his own hands with the blood of his enemies? Amir's foolishness grows with each word you speak. You will no doubt meet a fate befitting a man who forgets his place. On the eve before he left for his assassination attempt, Amir sat on his bed, pondering just what sort of item might be able to fell the great King Charlemagne. Pondering the death of a king, such thoughts are beneath the ruler's dignity. What fool ponders when he should act with swift and sure violence? Amir should have been searching for the steel in his own spine rather than some mythical weapon to slay his foe. Regardless, cloaked in the guise of a commoner, with more steel in his bags than a forge, Amir set forth towards Frankish realms, all on his own. A king disguised as a commoner, filled with more hubris than sense. Does he think steel alone will turn the tide of fate? Amir's journey is a fool's errand, and his fate will be written in the annals of history as a warning to those who overestimate their capabilities. He's not a fan of Amir. Unfortunately, he found that when he got to the border of the land of the Franks, he was disallowed passage by a knight. A knight blocking the path of a king. Ha! Such is the fate of those who forget their own station and dress with confidence. No doubt Emir's arrogant plan backfired as he was made to grovel before a lowly knight, his supposed steel rendered useless. The knight asked for a toll for any travelers wishing to enter Frankish lands. Emir had not brought the money to pay. The money to pay. A toll for a king to be held up by such trivial matters. Preposterous. Does this knight not recognize the splendor of his own betters? Emir's predicament is laughable. A king reduced to bartering with a knight over a coin, like a common peddler. Emir begged the knights to let him pass. After a moment of hesitation, the knights offered a deal. Begging a king reduced to bleeding like a street urchin. This knight must be mocking him, offering a deal to one who should command respect. What manner of deal could a knight possibly offer that would not be an insult to one of Emir's stature? Speaker must know of this absurdity. The knight offered that if Emir could best a champion of the knight's choosing in single combat, it would demonstrate Emir to be a man of great strength worthy of respect, the sort of man who deserved a place in the realm of the Franks. America? What a strange land is this that you speak of? And what is this single combat you mention? Your tale grows more absurd with each... What, America? When did I mention America? America? No. Okay, look here. The knight offered... if Emir could best a champion of the knight's choosing in, let's forget single combat, in combat, in a duel, it would demonstrate a Emir, not Amir, Emir. Okay. A duel, you say? A test of strength to gain entry. This knight has a peculiar sense of honor, but it matters not, for a true king needs no such test. Emir in his foolhardiness likely accepted this challenge, not realizing that his fate hung in the balance, not by the strength of his arm, but by the whims of fate. The knight selected his champion. Joshua, the strongest and mightiest lumberjack in all of Europe. The lumberjack and Emir faced off. Or let's say squared up. Squared up. A lumberjack. The knight mocks Emir by putting him against a brute who chops trees for a living. This will be a battle of idiots. I'm losing it. No doubt Emir in his arrogance thought himself superior to this Joshua, but let's see if his sword play is as clumsy as the lumberjack's axe. Okay. It's an axe from the strongest lumberjack in all of Europe. Only 6? Joshua's timber axe. A robust and heavy axe used by the mightiest lumberjack in all of Europe, known for its reliable chop and Joshua's skill in wielding it. The lumberjack's swings were mighty and clumsy. Amir dodged around them effortlessly and sliced through his attacker's feeble attempts at blocks. With a bejeweled heirloom, the pride of his noble family. A bejeweled heirloom, and we get some lumberjack's axe. Seems Amir's nobility is not just in his blood, but in his choice of weaponry as well. Amir's grace in battle must have been a sight to behold as he danced around the lumberjack's brute force, his blade as elegant as his heritage. Okay. Please be a strong blade. A 6, Amir's bejeweled heirloom. A gracefully crafted sword adorned with jewels, symbolizing Amir's noble heritage. Its elegance matches the swift and precise strikes of its owner. The lumberjack fell, and the knight was forced to give Amir passage into the Frankish kingdom. Forced to yield by King's skill, the knight had no choice but to admit the might of Amir's blade. A victory, but a small one in the grand scheme. Amir's triumph over the lumberjack is but a prelude to the true challenge that awaits him in the heart of the Frankish kingdom. And so Amir made his way to the court of King Charlemagne. Finally, the Moorish king approaches the lair of the Frankish beast. Let's see if Amir's sword can cut through more than just the limbs of trees. Amir's journey nears its end as he steps into the court of Charlemagne, where his fate will be sealed in blood or glory. He greets the Frankish king cordially as a guest. But something seems off about the great ruler. Cordially, you say? No doubt Charlemagne's court is filled with sycophants and spies. Amir should be wary, for every word he utters could be his undoing. Amir's charm may open doors, but the air of the Frankish court is thick with deceit. Let's see if he can navigate these treacherous waters without drowning. Charlemagne has an air of arrogance about him, but it doesn't seem unearned. Amir decides to spy on the king for as long as practical. Spying on a king. Such an act reeks of desperation and disrespect. But then what choice does Amir have when faced with the aura of a conqueror like Charlemagne? Amir lurks in the shadows, observing, calculating, and hoping to find a weakness in the Frankish king's armor. Little does he know his own actions may be his undoing. Alright, Charlemagne's armor should be pretty good, right? I hope. That should be a good weapon. Charlemagne's impenetrable plate. A masterwork of Western craftsmanship. This armor is said to have no weaknesses. Its thick plates, unyielding to any blade. One night, as the moon illuminated the halls of the Frankish court with its full glory, Amir spied Charlemagne taking a walk in the courtyard. However, in an instant, the king grew several feet taller, and his hair grew out long and thick and mangy. The man had become a wolf in an instant. Amir cowered back inside the palace, hoping what he saw was a mere illusion. Oh, wolf! Charlemagne transformed. Preposterous! Such sorcery is the stuff of fairy tales, if only for the minds of children and fools. Amir's terror is understandable, for to witness a king become a beast is a sight to shake the soul. But to cower? Well, that is not the act of true king. Amir quickly fled towards his room and his belongings, knowing he had just the right equipment to deal with a man-turned-wolf. Equipment for a beast. What sort of weaponry could possibly be designed for such a fantastical creature? Amir's panic must be clouding his judgment. Amir races to his chamber, heart pounding, hoping his precious steel will save him from the jaws of the Wolf King. But it will be enough to survive the night. Unfortunately, when Amir reaches his chambers, Charlemagne in wolf form is already there. Already there. The Wolf King moves with the speed of the night wind. Amir's plan is unraveling faster than he can grasp his own sword. The Wolf King Charlemagne awaits, jaws ready to snap as Amir's fate hangs in the balance. Will he meet his end at the hands of a beast? Or will he find a way to triumph? Amir lunges for his bag, searching for not an item of steel, but one of silver, to withdraw and attempt to lodge into the Wolf King's heart. Silver, you say? A weapon that can supposedly pierce the heart of a beast. Amir's desperation leads him to believe in the old wives' tales of his people. With a silver blade in hand, Amir bravely or foolishly lunges at the Wolf King, hoping to end the creature's life before his own is snuffed out. beast heart piercer. A silver dagger believed to have the power to pierce the heart of a beast. It glimmers with the hope of Amir's desperate quest for revenge. Here we go. Fight time. Let's do this. Welcome to France. We start with but the humble Joshua's timber axe. For every life you've chopped, here's justice's bite. The timber axe crashes down, embedding itself in the king with the might of the forest. By the trees, such unyielding force! But a bejeweled heirloom, perhaps. Your noble blood will not save you, tyrant! The bejeweled sword slices with elegant precision, dealing a noble yet painful strike. My own ancestor's blade betrays me! Do we go? Let's go with the... well, I guess we'll do it in order. Charlemagne's... well, I kind of like finishing with the impenetrable blade. Or the beast heart piercer. For Amir's hope, feel the justice's bite. The dagger finds its mark, piercing through the king's cold heart with a beacon of justice. Oh, my heart! Beast's fury. You think you can defeat me? Not with Charlemagne's impenetrable plate? No armor can hide your treachery, Shahrzad. The armor defies Shahrzad's strike, but its integrity shatters under the force of her story. I guess we're punching. You can see my shield broken. The punch of Shahrzad. Nice. Take this. Shahrzad hits the king. How does it feel to have the blade slice across your skin, your majesty? We endure this pain every day, watching our loved ones, our friends become sacrificed to your desires one by one. We've endured this fear for 1,000 nights. Now pay your crimes with your blood. Shahrzad, you mad woman, I knew you had ulterior motives. I should have cut out your tongue and fed it to the dogs the moment you stepped into the room. Guards, chop this mad woman to mincemeat. I can't hear you anymore. This is the world of stories. My sister was so young and you still wanted to lay your hands on her? Feel this helplessness and despair. Me? Despair? You're the one who should be despair. You bitch, you can't kill me, Shahrzad. You think you can harm me for real? You never can! Watch carefully, this ends now. Your crown that forged in blood will rot away just like you. Your reign began with a story and it will end with... Kill me, you. I am immortal, and you will die in confusion. I'll peel all the skin of your sister with my own hands and force your father, the traitor, to eat her piece by piece. You can only watch! We did it. It's finally going to end. Why does it feel like I've seen this scene before? Sister, father, are they safe? I need to leave now. What's happened? Time turns. Shahrzad weaves her lore, weapons born of tales aimed at tyranny's core. Joshua's timber axe felled the king. For every life you've chopped here, justice bites, echoing through the woodlands. Amir's bejeweled heirloom struck noble and true. Your noble blood will not save you, tyrant, chilling the royal veins. The beast heart piercer gleamed with justice, piercing through the dark. For Amir's hope, feel the justice's bite into the king's black heart. Charlemagne's impenetrable plate cracked under the might of her story. No armor can hide your treachery. Shahryar exposing his deceit. In the end, the king was felled not by might alone, but by the weight of his own actions, reflected in the weapons of his undoing. The people call her the storyteller slayer. Far and wide they seek the maiden's trace. Her legend spreads, yet none can find her face. We meet again, Shahrzad. You've been through a lot on your journey, haven't you? It seems the king may have become wary of your power. Have you noticed his flesh is constantly regenerating under some kind of force? The punch of Shahrzad has broken through this night, but to truly transcend the boundary between life and death will need more time. Shahrzad, we will meet again in the depths of time. They are waiting for you. Those who have already perished will grant you even more power. So I'll be waiting for you on the other side of the story. Alright, documented story, nice. Okay. Man, this game is fun. It, like, exactly is my, like, right up my alley. So all of our stories so far: the gardener's betrayal and the vizier's daughter's arrow, the siege of Malta's uncloaked hero, the bronze ring's treacherous voyage, weaving, and the Moor's fool. What's weaving? I'm not sure I would have called this weaving, but whatever. They even have little, like, descriptions. A gardener's dance with a serpentine seductress ends in a duet of death, inspiring the vizier's daughter to take up arms and win the heart of a huntsman with a peck and a pastry, proving love's aim can be as true as any arrow. In the fever pitch of battle, a hero dodges trebuchet fire, sharpens his blade, and faces a hidden foe, his cloak becoming a savior instead of a shroud. Abdul, a merchant's son, hides a powerful bronze ring that grants wisdom to him and his rivals, leading to a treacherous journey aboard the Maria. Amidst storms and battles, he weaves a web of deceit and survival, his fate entwined with the enigmatic god's slayer and the capricious wind. Once upon a time. I guess it's probably not called weaving. It's probably like coming up with a description and stuff, I guess. The Moor's foolhardy quest. Amir, a Moorish king, seeks to assassinate Charlemagne, only to find himself facing a lupine monarch. In a tale of arrogance and desperation, he learns that some legends are written in silver and steel, not just sand and stone. Alright. Man, okay, yeah. This is really fun, even just as a demo. I think that's... Again, whenever this actually fully comes out, we will be probably taking a look at it. This is quite good, I will say.